If you're like most people, you've heard bits and pieces about Dr. Simeons' HCG diet. It's all over the news and the internet. Books are even being written about it. In the next 2 minutes, you will learn exactly how the HCG Lean Extreme diet drops and the plan works, why people just like you are burning on average 1 to 2 pounds of fat every day, and why it works for virtually everyone who uses it. First, let's find out who Dr. Simeons is. Dr. Simeons was a British doctor and scientist who spent his life studying obesity. He concluded that obesity could be treated medically by reprogramming or resetting a part of your brain called the hypothalamus. He discovered a hormone called human chorionic gonadotropin, or HCG, that controls the body's metabolic rate. He actually found the cure to obesity because he learned how to teach the body to burn more calories more efficiently. But more on that in just a minute. It's important we understand what creates fat in the first place. So, where does fat come from? It's really very simple. Everything your body does each day requires a certain amount of energy. That energy comes from calories that your body gets from the food you eat. Fat is created when you consistently take in more calories than your body burns for energy. Those excess calories are eventually stored as fat. Basically, your body can't use all the calories you're taking in, so it begins to store the calories as fat for future use. It's much the same way a bear stores up fat for the winter to sustain itself during the months-long hibernation period when it doesn't consume any calories at all. Well, you and I don't hibernate, so the fat just keeps building up. And this kind of fat, abnormal fat as Dr. Simeons defines it, is disregarded by your brain. So, no matter how much you diet or exercise, there's a certain amount of that fat that just won't go away because your brain won't release it for use as an energy source. Have you ever wondered how some people can eat whatever they want and as much as they want, but they still don't get fat? Well, that's because their bodies have a different metabolism. A healthy person can burn that fat for energy because their metabolic rate allows them to do so. Wouldn't it be awesome if you could do that someday? Well, thanks to Dr. Simeons and his discovery of HCG, you can do just that. So, what is HCG? Dr. Simeons discovered that there are 3 types of fat in our bodies. First, structural fat. This is necessary for normal body function and it supports muscle and tissue. Second, normal fat, which the body uses as a routine energy source. And then third, abnormal fat. This is the fat we talked about a minute ago that is inaccessible to the body as an energy source. It's the fat that we all want to lose right now. HCG, which stands for human chorionic gonadotropin, is not a drug. It is a complex aminopeptide molecule naturally occurring in men and women, but that is produced in mass in women during pregnancy. Now, HCG releases the abnormal fat cells into the bloodstream, and when accompanied by a very low-calorie diet, Dr. Simeons observed that fat is very rapidly burned for energy. In other words, his research showed that HCG triggers the hypothalamus, that part of your brain which controls your metabolism, to use fat for energy. And all of this happens without exercising. It's important to note, when combined with Dr. Simeons' very low-calorie diet protocol, that HCG does not burn fat from lean muscle. It leaves the structural and normal fat alone while targeting the abnormal fat as an energy source. Hundreds of thousands of people all over the world are experiencing rapid and permanent weight loss through Dr. Simeons' amazing discovery. Let's look at the benefits of using HCG Lean Extreme Diet and Energy Drops. You can burn a half a pound to 2 pounds of abnormal fat each and every day. Lose up to 40 pounds in just 44 days. Reset your metabolism to make your weight loss permanent. You can repeat the protocol to lose as much fat as you wish. It's effective for virtually everyone, and it's completely safe. Now, there are no invasive procedures. There's no complicated eating system to follow. There's no prescriptions necessary. It's proven safe and effective since 1954. Finally, you can stop dieting and start living. This is the cure for dieting once and for all. You might be asking yourself, if this is so amazing and so effective, why haven't I heard of it before? Until recently, the only form of HCG that was available was through injections. And those injections needed to be overseen by a doctor and were very expensive. HCG injections administered by a clinic can cost as much as $800 for one round of the protocol. But recently, the homeopathic industry has finally perfected the process of creating a liquid version of HCG, taken orally, that delivers the same power and efficacy as the HCG injections. And the good news, it's just a fraction of the cost of the injections. Stop worrying about weight loss. Become the healthy, confident, and thinner you. To discover if HCG is what you've been looking for, and to get all of your questions answered, visit fatforenergy.com to download a free copy of Dr. Simeons' book and open your mind to the possibilities.